Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. That's right. Welcome to Super Bowl weekend and
Those
welcome
other
to
podcasts,
Gridiron. Season
those other
3,
podcasts,
episode
they're not
18.
like us.
Not like us. Hey, we gonna be all right. Anyways, we are your hosts, Adam,
Hey,
Dante.
Ludwig.
staring at the money trees and looking for another episode. I'll stop with the Kendrick Lamar puns.
That reminds me of that
Yeah,
guy.
it's painful to listen to, Adam.
That reminds me of that guy making the video on Playboy Cardi. He's like, it's been a long time since he jumped in the foreign. You ever seen that video? Oh, it's so good.
I know what you're talking about.
It's so
Yes.
good.
All right. Sorry to kill your vibe, Adam, but
Hey, don't kill my vibe. Not gonna
let's
say the first
let's
word.
stop with the really terrible Kendrick Lamar puns and
All
you
right.
know
We got some fun planned for y'all today, including our annual
we
Super
do.
Bowl draft. But first, we got to
Super
go
Bowl
through
episode is one of the highlights of every year.
Yep.
absolutely. First, we got to go through some quick NFL news, and it's a quick, kind of crazy headline to start our off season. Dante, if you want to go to the next slide.
Yep.
There we go. We got some trade rumors. We have got two players that are going to be on the move, one per request and one not per request. The Rams basically told Cooper Kupp, look, thanks for everything, but you're done here. We're sending you elsewhere. And that makes sense. He's in his 30s. He's starting to decline a little bit. Got a big
He's
cap hit.
expensive.
But the big one is Miles Garrett. I believe he's only 29 still, or 28 even. One of
Tony.
the best Super Bowl, or what am I saying? Super Bowl. Miles Garrett's never made a Super
Uh,
Bowl.
he-
One of the best defensive players in the NFL. I don't know what I was thinking there. Possibly on the move. So I just want to know, what are y'all's thoughts, and maybe give a quick prediction of where each player is going.
I could go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Miles Garrett and what looks like old MMG, if you know MMG on YouTube. Yeah, whenever I heard the Miles Garrett news, I was, shocked and extremely happy because as much as I think TJ Watt is better than Miles Garrett, which maybe not this past season, but overall I think so. Miles Garrett's still an incredible player and has been a thorn in our side the last couple of times we played the Browns. Um, and even more so, previously. But yeah, Miles Garrett, incredible player, perennial defensive player of the year candidate. Um, I don't know, man. Yeah, he just wants out of the Browns because the funniest reason he's like, I just want to win a Super Bowl and I'm not going to do it with Cleveland. Like that's insane to say. And
It's true.
it is true. And because
Valid crash out, honestly.
Alec
He's
Crash, yeah, dude. Yeah, the Browns pretty much set back their organization like 5 or 6 years with the Deshaun Watson trade and contract. Yeah, it's really, really, I really feel for Browns fans because that's just, I couldn't imagine that. But yeah, this is definitely an understandable reason for Miles Garrett to want to leave. And I feel like he could be even better in, a better system with a, not that Jim Schwartz wasn't a good defensive coordinator, but in with better guys around him, I think he could be really nice. Where do I think he's going? He says he wants to go to a team that has a, uh, like a star quarterback or like a very good quarterback. So I could see Howie Roseman going after him to Philly, which would just be insane. That'd be
it
ridiculous.
would yeah.
I could see him going to Buffalo. However, I don't really see Cleveland trading within conference like that, but him lining up being a key piece on that Buffalo defense would be crazy. But where I think he's going, I think he's going to go to Washington. I think he's going to be a commander. I think they are in the mood. They're in this. The Commanders are in this stage where they're able to compete, but I feel like they're just one or two pieces away, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. And I can see Miles Garrett being a real powerhouse over in Washington. And they have a lot of cap room to work around to make this work. So I feel like Miles Garrett to the Commanders makes a lot of sense. As for Cooper Kupp, I don't know. This really reminds me of. I feel like he's a slightly better version of what DeAndre Hopkins was whenever he got traded. Um, Probably a little bit better, actually. I don't know. I feel like he's going to go to a wide receiver needy team. I could see the Steelers being in on him. However, I would imagine the Steelers would like a younger receiver. However, having a veteran in the wide receiver room does seem to be a priority after trading for Mike Williams last year. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Steelers could be up there. I don't have many teams in mind for Cup, but I bet he goes somewhere. But however, I think Garrett gets traded first, but we'll see for Cup. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
So, Adam, if I may jump in, you saw me reaffirming you nodding my head when you said Commanders for Miles Garrett. That I would bet a ton of money that at least one of these two guys ends up on the Commanders.
Mhm.
You're right about them. The thought that came into my head is that meme of Plankton saying like, "Now what? I didn't think I'd get this far."
Yeah, yeah,
Commanders, this is new territory for them,
yeah. Hmm.
and their window isn't just open. It's like it's just beginning. Rookie contract, rookie quarterback who's already among the top 10, top 15 quarterbacks in the league very easily. Just won rookie of the year last night at the time of this recording. And you're right. There were some pieces on the defense that they need to shore up, especially because guys like Bobby Wags, how long is he going to be as productive as he was this year? So I would like to see Miles Garrett there. I
Hmm.
would like to see him there much more than I'd like to see him in Philly, which is something you brought up. I can also see that, but that would just kind of be annoying. Um, and to your point, imagine him lining up against another talented, attention requiring uh, edge rusher, or at least somebody on the defensive line.
Hmm.
Like this isn't really a spot for him, but imagine if the Rams traded for him and he was on the other end of Jared Verse.
Yeah,
I mean, good luck.
yeah.
So
And I sorry to interrupt. I not only think that'd be great for Miles Garrett, I think that would help Jared Verse develop even to
absolutely,
a
yeah.
better edge rusher.
It's like when the Steelers drafted Juju and they had AB. AB is going to demand as much attention as he does because he's AB and he's going to get his, but that's going to open up so many more possibilities for the other people around him who are going to get, less of a focus because there's this monster on the other end of the defense. So, anyways, that's what I like for Miles Garrett. I like the Commanders a lot for him. And as I said, I like them again for Cup. I don't really know the financials. I don't really know who is in the best position for Cup. I will say there are a couple teams in the AFC specifically, like Buffalo, like Pittsburgh, like even New England, that I could see. I feel like it might not end up being one of those because he is going to be, I think, either a 1 year rental or you're going to have to pay him, or if you trade more, or if you trade more than a fourth, which is probably about the price because of his price tag, the Rams are going to have to pick up some of that salary. And with an aging quarterback, I'm not sure how willing they'll be to do that. But they do have a young defense. They do have some young pieces who are still on the rookie contract. And it will depend. We'll see how much of a wide receiver maker Matthew Stafford is. And if at his age, what is he, 31 or 32, Cooper Kupp will still be able to perform with, say, he ends up with the Steelers, with whoever the quarterback is. So I see a bunch of interesting fits around the league for him. I'm not sure who I would bet my money on at this point. Maybe an AFC team. Like I said, Steelers, Patriots, Bills. I could even see Houston if they don't bring back Stephon Diggs. A couple places like that. It'll be interesting. He is only two, maybe three, I forget, years removed from the Triple Crown. So he still has something left in the tank. And it'll be interesting to see where he lands and what kind of quarterback he gets paired with.
Couldn't agree
Yeah.
more.
Um, I was surprised about both of these. Miles Garrett, I found out the news standing outside the Carnegie Building at Penn State, home of the Donald P. Belisario College of Communications. If you know, you know.
Bro
Got
is making
out,
it all about him.
I got out of class and saw the alert and was like, wow. First thing I did was text Dante because he's the biggest Browns hater on earth. So I wanted him to know about it.
Yep.
But if I were to guess Miles Garrett, I'm going to say a team that none of you guys said. And it's a team I've heard rumored that could really go after him. That's the Chicago Bears.
That would be insane.
The Bears, they've got a future, they've got assets they can give up, and they've done this type of move before. Remember when they traded for Khalil Mack all those years ago?
Mhm.
This could be their next Khalil Mack move, and right away that got him a division title, got him back to the playoffs. I'm not saying they'll get a division title with Miles Garrett, but they can get to the playoffs for sure. As for Cooper Kupp, this is where I think the Commanders come in. They
Mm.
are going to be losing. I heard Noah Brown could go, Olamide Zaccheaus could go, De'Ami Brown could go. They're going to need someone next to Terry McLaurin, and I think Cooper Kupp would be the perfect guy. You're still on a good team. You're still helping a team contend for a Super Bowl. Still can't believe I'm saying the Commanders are a Super Bowl contender.
They are, man. They're
It
so
doesn't feel right, but it's crazy.
Well, we'll see. Honestly, we'll see if a little bit of overachieving was bad for them. We'll see that next year. But
Yeah.
the other part of that is I don't see their division getting any better. I mean, the Eagles are still in the Super Bowl, but that's probably them peaking. And the Cowboys are a mess, and the Giants are the Giants. So,
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, what am I saying? The Commanders aren't Super Bowl contenders. They're only two Super Bowl contenders right now. And we'll talk about that later in the episode.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I was just as surprised about Cooper Cup. I saw it when I got back from the gym. I believe it was Monday night. And you hear water, Millie's drinking water. But Millie,
she's
anyway,
dying of thirst.
yeah. I was just as surprised about Cooper Cup, and I think there's a very real chance he ends up on a good team. Hey, maybe the Steelers go out and get him. There are going
I,
to be tons of teams that need Cooper Cup. It'll be interesting.
if the Steelers are going to go get Cup, the Rams need to take some of that salary because I was
I
I
think
was
they will.
I was talking to you, Adam, about this. I think I'd rather go get like an Ibuka or like a Luther Burden or like a
Which
Matthew
makes sense.
in the first round. I also think if we got Cup, that wouldn't. Yeah, I'd much rather get a younger guy for less because I love Ibuka. I feel like he'd be awesome. He's like my draft crush right now. I feel like he'd be really good. But if we got Cup, I wouldn't be too upset. But
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Trust me, I'm rooting for a Buga to Pittsburgh. Yeah, that would be
I'd
fantastic.
be so sick. And also Justin Fields. Anyway,
Anyways, yo, the transition.
like that.
Look at that. We are on to a staple of our Super Bowl coverage, our 2025 Super Bowl draft, where we build our own Super Bowl experience. This is one of my favorite things to do on this account or on this podcast, not account. I guess they're both. But let's talk about what we got involved this year. As mentioned before we started recording, we've got three returning categories. We've got the halftime performance, where you could pick your own halftime show. We've got the party guest. Which famous person or person of your choice is joining you at your Super Bowl watch party? And we've got the commercial. What ad do you want to see on your TV during the Super Bowl? And we've got three new categories. The first one, what restaurant do you want catering your party? That's right. Any restaurant you want. Like I have the Buffalo Wild Wings logo up there. I may pick them, I may not. We'll see. Then we've got two that you could say could correlate in the same game, but they don't. You've got your uniform matchup. Two uniforms ever in NFL history that you could pick through to be your Super Bowl jersey matchup. And then we are bringing back the ideal team versus team matchup, but we're making a change. We're going all-time teams.
Oh,
So you could
hell yeah.
say the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you could say the
79 Steelers.
9 Pittsburgh Steelers, 79 Steelers. I could say the 15-1 Panthers. Luke could say the undefeated Pats that had Brady and Moss.
This is fire. Nice, guys. Solid.
Yeah, I when making these, I mean, I'll try to be humble, but like I feel like stuff like this is in my DNA. I'm just in my element when I'm making stuff like this, getting
Dude,
creative.
hearing these options, just so much euphoria.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
we're we're just gonna see how many Kendrick Lamar uh, puns we can sneak into this episode.
Hey, turn this TV off. We got to get started.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit forced, Adam, but you're learning. It's all right.
Look, I got Panther blue on, not Dodger blue.
All right, squabble up.
All right.
I don't know.
Swimming pools drink. Anyways,
All right.
Rigor
Let's
mortis.
get going. We are into round one. I've got pick one. What am I gonna go with? You know what? I guess I'm gonna lock in my first team in my ideal Super Bowl matchup and take the 15-1 Carolina Panthers. And in this scenario, we're hoping Cam Newton does not fumble and not fall on the football, and we can get the job done this time, depending on who we play.
well, hold
Oh,
on. Actually,
no, I have to
question.
come up with the other team right now,
I
too.
was
Don't
gonna
I?
say you don't just take one team at a time. Make the
Oh,
match.
yeah, that's right.
So the 15-1 Panthers versus.
Well, that's a good question. We will say this year's Kansas City Chiefs. The 15-1 Panthers are going to stop the three-peat from happening.
Interesting.
That's my matchup.
All right. So I'll go first, and I'm gonna go with my Super Bowl party guess because that's one of the categories, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with John Gruden.
Oh, that's such a good choice.
No, John Gruden, because his resurgence on Barstool has just been awesome. And I'm not even a big Barstool fan. I don't really watch them much, but whenever he pops up on my TikTok, it's so funny. So yeah, I'm gonna go with John Gruden as my Super Bowl party guest.
Yeah.
Good first pick.
Adam's gonna hate me. I'm locking up B-Dub's catering my party.
Oh, ouch.
I'm locking it up right now. My second category,
Oh,
this is really early for this because what'd you say?
Well,
the snake draft.
are we doing a
Yeah,
snake draft? I
right?
guess we can do
Are
that.
we not?
Do that.
I thought we were just going me, Dante, Luke for every
I thought
single.
we were doing snake. I think how we've done it before is snake.
Yeah, we do snake. That's cool.
Let's do snake.
That's how we've done it before. Ooh, my second pick. You know what? It's the first thing that's coming to my mind. It's something I could wait for last because I know this is probably going to be a creative pick, and it kind of doesn't even work because the thing that I'm wanting is already in the public. But for my commercial, I will take a more in-depth Fantastic Four trailer. We got one a couple days ago, but it does not show much. Like we don't know what any of the plot is. So I'll take a very in-depth Fantastic Four trailer.
Cool.
All right. Um, I sorry, wait, Dante, you're up. What am I doing?
I'm gonna go with my catering, and I'm gonna go with my favorite fast food place, or if it's like fast casual, I'm gonna go with Raising Cane's.
Nice.
Ooh,
Cane's is my
that
favorite.
that is great.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So I'll go with that.
That's a great pick.
All right. So I think it's only best now that I take my commercial, and this doesn't really have anything to do with the Super Bowl, but since I could pick whatever I want, we got the big sports event in the Super Bowl right now. Let's have a commercial where you put together such a montage. This could be this could be right after the champion is revealed. And the first commercial you see after the trophy presentation, because then you're all sad the Super Bowl's over. You're upset. You're going to be tired the next morning. You got to go back to school, back to work, whatever you got going on. Let's throw a commercial of the next big sports event coming, a March Madness commercial to get you hyped for the next big sports event happening.
Interesting.
That's my choice. And I
Oh,
guess it is a snake draft.
so you're up.
So let's see what we got next. Um, I'll look up the halftime. Now, this is a guy I saw this year play at Penn State. I think Luke knows where I'm going with this. He put on a good show for me seeing him at 12 in the afternoon, not knowing I would until the morning I woke up. Corday is going to be my halftime performance this year.
Interesting.
He's solid. He's a very solid act to listen to in person. It was fun. So,
Yeah.
Dante, you're up.
I'm gonna go with my uniform matchup, and I'm gonna go with the Steelers Bumblebee versus Kelly Green. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Nice.
Mhm.
I will also take my uniform matchup. I'm going the Pat Patriots, Red Patriots jerseys versus one of my favorite NFL jerseys that barely looks different from the team's normal jerseys, but just a couple small changes make it just so perfect to me. The Steelers block numbers are so good.
Yeah, they're sick. They're fire.
I mean, it's just like barely different than the normal Steelers jerseys, but just something about the block numbers. It's so classic. It's like it. If I ran the team, I'd make it their whole season jersey, but just seeing it once a year makes just so special.
Yeah. I really enjoy like the normal. Like I'm one of the few people that really like the Steelers normal number font on their jerseys. But man, the block numbers would be sick. I'd be cool with either way if those were uh, the the defaults, like the default jerseys for us. But anyway, yeah, that'd be sick.
Hmm.
And Luke, did you say your other uniform?
Yeah, the red Patriots jerseys and the Steeler
Oh
blue.
yeah, Pat Patriot. Nice.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Luke, your
Oh,
pick again.
okay. I didn't do much thinking ahead about it this time because I wanted my picks to be kind of natural and I wanted to not. It would be a little bit boring if I've been sitting all my picks for 5 hours now. But I did come up with one that I'm thankfully just now remembering because I want to lock this in. My Super Bowl party guest is Shane Gillis.
Fire. That's
If you
sick.
don't know who that is a comedian. He's like known for not being like totally politically correct, but he's hilarious. You'll see it during the Super Bowl. He's in the Bud Light ad with Post Malone. I, just like Shane Gill. If you know, you know. That I definitely want that guy at my Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Okay, so what do I have left? I got Super Bowl matchup, halftime performer, and what else, Ed?
Your commercial.
Commercial. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go with my halftime performer. I have an honorable mention, and I might get some like weird looks for this, but I feel like Charlie XCX would be a fire halftime show. She's great.
That's fair.
Brat's a great.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely, definitely like popular enough right now. You could definitely, yeah, that's a good pick.
I feel like she'd be great. However, I'm gonna go with a guy who I think will be a perfect halftime show and has songs of many different genres, and I feel like he is at his peak right now. Just put out a new record. Tyler the Creator. I feel like he'd be my halftime performer.
Yeah,
He'd be awesome.
that's a good pick. I will say my Super Bowl halftime pick went unpicked, and I'm pretty happy with it. But it's pretty generic pick, so we'll wait till my next slide. But Tower the Creator is another great pick. He's a fantastic performer.
Okay. I'm gonna take my guess this round, and I'm torn between two people here. But I think I'm gonna go with Dante. I'm not sure you know who this is. Luke, you'll know. Troy Dan, the YouTuber.
Oh, Troy Dan. I don't have any players.
He's gonna be my guest. Also, because if you watch his videos of his pack openings, dude wears like a different outfit every single pack opening. The
Dude,
dude would have some fire outfit choices for the party.
dude, I used to watch him and like play with what's that kid's name? Piggy, the pig kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was like my favorite. That was so funny.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna have Troy Dan come to the party. He likes the Chiefs, so I'll put up with that. But at
yeah. I was
least
gonna
he's
say you're gonna have to deal with
interested in the
that.
game. So
Yeah.
okay. So what do I have left here? I just did guessed. I have. I need a uniform matchup, and I need a restaurant to cater my party. I still need a little bit to think on the restaurant, so I'm gonna take the uniform matchup here. I am gonna go with. Listen, I can't pass on the Carolina baby blue jerseys. Or sorry, they're the processed blue jerseys now. And then for another one, oh, this is tough. What am I gonna go with? Um, I'll take one of my favorite throwback jerseys. This is kind of unpopular opinion because Luke, I don't think you like him as much, but the Seahawks blue throwbacks. It'll be kind of tough to differentiate the jerseys in the game, but we'll make it work. But that'll be my uniform matchup. Because why not?
Yeah, that's valid.
Cool. So am I up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my all-time matchup. Sorry if I'm going too fast for you, Adam.
No, you're good, bro.
For my all-time matchup, I'm gonna take the 2020 Kansas City Chiefs whenever they had Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, and Mahomes all together. I'm gonna go with them versus the 1985 Chicago Bears. The one of the best defenses of all time versus one of the best offenses of all time. I feel like that'd be very fun to watch.
That would be incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would enjoy that. So jumping from that, I will go with my halftime show. Like I said, kind of a generic pick. especially right now, but a man who, similarly to Dante's pick, has dabbled in many different genres, has something that will entertain everyone. Um, Post Malone.
Hmm.
I mean, he's a great voice when he wants to. Has dabbled in country, arguably some pop, definitely a bit of hip hop. He's at the top of his game right now. He's as popular as he's ever been. Past couple years, he's had a couple albums, and he has some absolute classics. There's no doubt about that. Some songs that almost every household will recognize. I think he would be a great halftime show.
I agree. That'd be awesome.
All right, Luke, you're on the clock one more time. I need your ideal
Yes, I
prime
am.
team matchup.
And boy, am I excited about this. This one would just be poetic justice. Would be as beautiful as the Mona Lisa. Give me the 2007 Patriots versus the New York Giants right now. Like the Giants from right now.
Oh, that's genius. I was thinking about going that route. That's cool.
we're, we're we're running up the score in that one. No
That is
mercy.
Out
like
of retirement and still win.
you remember Georgia TCU national championship. That's like that level
And you
territory.
know what? Even better. They can trot out Eli Manning if they so wish. If they think that Eli Manning is the key, they can have. I'll allow that. But
If
everything
it's
else, Tyrone Tracy and all, is the New York Giants right now.
Tommy DeVito versus Tom Brady. Jesus Christ. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the 16-0 Patriots versus the New York Giants right now.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy
That's
man.
my historic matchup. Is it the most entertaining? No, but I'm gonna need a lot of
I'd
popcorn.
watch it, bro. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I would watch it. That'd be cinema.
Yeah.
All right, Dante, your last pick is, I believe, your commercial,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. So my commercial, and this one hits very close to home for me. Adam and Luke know I am a gigantic professional darts fan. And I love it's like outside of football, it's probably my favorite sport. It's incredible. And it's on the rise. You know, guys like Luke Littler, guys like the Bullet, Stephen Bunting, guys like my favorite dart player, Danny Noppert. If we could get a PDC, a Professional Darts Corporation commercial to make it relevant in the United States to where I could watch it on TV and not have to stream it on some sketchy website. That would be so sick. So yeah, my commercial would be for the PDC, the Professional Darts Corporation. Let's get darts in America because it's so sick. And if you haven't watched darts, look up Luke Littler highlights because he is the GOAT. Anyway, that's my
I'm gonna think about doing that.
yeah, you should.
You got me interested now.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
All right.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Well, I got one pick left, and I normally don't save the restaurant for last, but y'all took some pretty good options, and I had to do some thinking. More so, Luke took Buffalo Wild Wings in the first round, and I had to do some thinking.
I just realized I haven't been clicking through this.
All
It's
right.
Instead of
okay.
round two the whole time.
Hey, we're on to round six now officially. I'm gonna go. Hey, I want some pizza for the Super Bowl, and nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Okay.
Valid.
Super Bowl parties catered by Pizza Hut with Troy Dan Corday performing at halftime. That sounds like a fun party. I can't lie.
I'd show up if I got the invite.
Yeah, dude. Of course you'd be
Yeah.
invited. If you're
I'll bring the
interested in
B-Dubs
watching,
and Shane Gillis and we can watch Tom Brady versus maybe Drew Lock.
Then I'd bring bro and we'd be getting nicey.
heck yeah.
And we'll see the darts commercial at halftime.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, on to the last part of the episode. Perhaps the
And
big
when the current Chiefs end up beating the 15-1 Panthers, we can say that we cry together and we're united in grief.
oh my goodness.
All
And
right.
the big
Here we go. This is the big game, as they say. Super Bowl 59 now. It has been 9 years since these guys played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's been longer for the Steelers and no, the Patriots played more recently. What am I saying? Anyways, the Chiefs and Eagles battle again. They did this 2 years ago. It was a 38-35 final score, I think. Maybe 36-35. It was close. I don't remember. But they battle once again 2 years later. The NFL world is not very happy with this matchup for the most part. It's another rematch. A lot of people say it's boring. But I say, if you're going to have a rematch, at least it's this. Because let's be real. This is the number one seed in the AFC, a team that went 15-1 with their starters, 15-2 overall, because Carson Wentz got them an extra loss. The Chiefs or the Eagles went 14-3, and they are the number two seed in the NFC. This is probably the best matchup we could have had besides Chiefs and Lions.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all agree with that.
Mhm.
We got a two-time MVP, a three-time Super Bowl champion, I believe, against the Offensive Player of the Year. The team that is known to be able to stop running backs is going up against the best one to try and three-peat. And I guess it's my pick first. And I really hate to do this, guys. 2 years ago, I bet against Patrick Mahomes. It didn't work. Last year, I bet against Patrick Mahomes. It didn't work. I'd be crazy to do that again. But there's two words. Screw it. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
You
Luke knows. All week I was telling him I was
oh
going to Kansas City. I literally changed my mind right here this second.
Nice. I
I just got to, I don't know what it is, but I think it's finally time for a change. And it's
yeah.
going to.
Mhm. You know, okay, so it's my pick now. You know, I've been going back and forth on this game all week, last 2 weeks really, and I'm wearing my Saquon jersey. Shout out to him. Haven't made my pick yet though, so calm down. But I don't know. I really didn't think I'd see the Chiefs back in this game for a third year in a row. Um, Especially even though they were winning earlier this season, how they were playing wasn't too convincing for me. You know, winning on last second block field goals, winning on some questionable calls. And I'm not one of those guys to be like, oh, the Chiefs are only winning because of the refs, because I don't think that's true. I just think they're an incredible team. But a lot of questions on both sides. You know, can Saquon, keep up how he's been playing? Can Jalen Hurts shine in the biggest of moments? Is Travis Kelce still that guy, or has Father Time caught up to him? Is Patrick Mahomes still who he is, or is he gonna look like a mortal man? Some Kendrick, some Kendrick references there for you.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't think so. I think this is the Chiefs game. They have more experience, and I do think the Eagles are a better team overall, but it's the Chiefs, man. Like the Chiefs could trot out there with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and then a Mighty Mites team and like a Pop Warner team, and I'd be like, you know what? I think they got it. Yeah, I have the Chiefs three-peating here, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to win his fourth ring before the age of 30, which is just
Wow.
unbelievable. And if that happens, I can't do anything but just sit back and appreciate greatness because feel how you want about the Chiefs. They're a fun team to watch. They're so good offensively. No matter how you feel about them, if you hate the Taylor Swift stuff, I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. Um, uh, Patrick Mahomes is just the best player of our generation. I associate Tom Brady with our parents' generation because that's pretty much theirs. But of our generation, Mahomes is our goat, and it's hard not to appreciate what he's done. So for that reason, I'm going with the Chiefs. However, I'm rooting for the PA boys. I'm rooting for Saquon to get his ring. That's my take. But
Yeah, it makes me sick seeing the Chiefs back in this game. But
dude,
yeah. Um, I agree that I'm rooting for the PA boys. I'd like to see what in the world happens to State College if the Eagles win. They're gonna have to grease the polls. We're just doing this now. Um, I've had this in my mind for at least like a week and a half. This game is going to go in overtime tied at 24. The Eagles defense is going to hold the Chiefs to a field goal, and then Saquon's going to break away a touchdown, and the Eagles are going
Oh,
to win 30 to 24.
that would be so sick. That would
Yeah,
because he's done that at Penn State. Like
I
this.
know. And I mean, his career, I mean, it's just been so much fun to watch. His career with the Eagles is just reincarnated. Um,
I'm a
I,
stargazer. Life goes on, my baby.
and I know, I mean, it's bad luck when one team has all the stars like the Eagles, or when the Chiefs have Black Panther the album. But um, look, I'm trying, man. I do
That's
I
the
do
funniest
kind of
WG of all time.
yeah. What are you doing, Adam? I hope you guys are watching this episode, at least right now, and not listening to it. But man, all right. I no, I do think. I mean, Jalen Hurts was like that in the last Super Bowl.
There we
He
go.
was the man in the garden. It was impressive. But I mean, Mahomes, no matter what you throw at him, he's gonna be all right. It's tough, man. We got to get a counter up on the screen somewhere for all these Kendrick Lamar puns.
I may have to edit one in. That'd be funny.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Kendrick, if you're watching, I'm sorry, man.
He's not watching.
No, yeah,
He probably doesn't even know who we are.
If he did, if Kendrick, hey, K Dot, come make a pick.
yeah.
Guest picker.
I mean, I have to, as a Penn State fan, cheer for the Eagles. I mean, there's family ties. Saquon, a couple other guys.
There you go.
I'd like to see Micah Parsons on that team in a couple years. Don't ask me why. It just would feel nice to see the same thing that happened to the Giants happen to the Cowboys. Now
Hey,
I'm getting really off track, trying really hard to make really bad Kendrick Lamar puns.
Luke, when it comes to Penn State, would you say you're a diehard?
All right, enough now.
Sorry.
I'd say more like N95, GNX, Pride, Backseat Freestyle, ADHD, something like that.
Yeah, I get that. Maybe
Not a single scissor pun. I just realized that feels like we kind of left her out of this. Yeah, she is the guest performer at the halftime show.
oh, says yeah.
Yeah. So I might have to hit some. I might not hit the snooze button or the SOS. All right, this is really bad.
Yeah, let's just
Hey,
Really, we're
dude,
gonna wrap this up.
Kendrick and SZA, all the stars.
yeah.
I used that one already.
Hey.
Ah,
I
man.
used that one already.
Ooh, get him off the stage.
All right. Yes,
Kicking.
more serious note. No more puns. I do think that the Eagles defense is going to be enough. I really do. The Chiefs, you were right, Dante, throughout the first, let's be honest, until Christmas, they were like barely winning dumb games. And then we know what happened on Christmas, and they've looked unstoppable since then. No offense.
Of course. I mean, like,
It is just kind of true. You guys unlocked them. So thanks a lot for that. I'm just kidding.
no, it's true.
But the Eagles throughout the I mean, look at what they did to the Commanders, and then look at what the Commanders did to the Lions, and then imagine what the Eagles would have done to the Lions. And then think about how good this football team is. I think the defense is enough. Saquon is going to wreck the game at least once. At least once. And the Chiefs, against a defense as good as this, they don't have a game wrecker. It's that simple. You're never going to see Isaiah Pacheco go over 30 yards. Against a good defense, you're never going to see Xavier Worthy have a play over 30 yards. Against a good secondary, you're never going to see Travis Kelce have a play over 25 yards. And if I have to eat those words, I'll eat them with a full plate, a bib, and shiny silverware. But I really think it'll be enough. It could be delusional, but give me the Eagles.
Cool.
You guys like my hat?
Oh my gosh.
Bro, I look like the one guy at Willard who was trying to explain the camera to my class the other day. I think his name's Mike. Shout out Mike if you're watching this,
Yeah, shout
man.
out Mike.
I don't mind.
He's definitely not watching this. He's
Adam,
probably out fooling with his like FX3 or something.
Adam, I don't know why this made me laugh so hard, but whenever you like got a haircut a couple weeks ago and you like shouted out your barber, that was the funny.
Yeah, dude, Robbie's the goat. I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'm seeing him tomorrow.
Oh, Robbie. Oh yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, this was a fun episode, guys, but all great things must come to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If if the Eagles win, State College will be electric. If not, it'll be a lot like a Silent Hill, and it just won't be that much fun. So
Hey, I wish my professor luck tonight if he's at home working on a GNX. All right, I'm done with the Kendrick pods. Bring
Anyway,
Justin Fields back to Pittsburgh.
absolutely. That's a yeah. That's number one on my list. This was a great season, guys. Season
Yeah.
yeah,
this is about
Hey, started out rough for us, but we figured it out. Looks like we got a QB for the future. Pat's got a QB for the future. Steelers, the Steelers. Hopefully Justin Fields comes back.
I think he will. That's I know we're not
Thanks.
getting free agency predictions yet, but
That'll come.
I think Fields is a Steeler. I think it's his best, opportunity personally. Already knows the offense. Oh my God.
Bro, it like took off your face.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll bet.
focus on. Anyway, yeah, Justin Fields to the Steelers. I need that so much. And that's my sweet game. But in terms of WG, this was a great season for us too.
It
It
was
was, yeah.
fantastic.
Very fun.
And after this, we'll be back soon. Free agency predictions coming up. We've got some other fun ideas.
And we have more innovation planned. We're gonna make it a good off season, and
Yeah,
we're gonna hit back hard. That'll be year 4 for you guys, year 3 for me.
Get into some grids, some tier lists,
fun stuff. Yeah,
Some
trivia.
draft stuff, some fun stuff.
yeah,
I'm gonna still go kind of hard in the paint for trying to book some interviews. We'll see what we can make happen. We'll see.
that'd be fun.
Jeff bought you part two.
25? Yeah.
Joe Julius again.
Wonder if he's got a lot on his plate. I don't know.
Well, I can sleep well knowing there's no chance he watches our episodes like ever. So we can have fun again.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sick. Love
Yeah.
Joe.
All right,
Did you
this is really dragged on.
All
Yeah.
right. Hey, everybody, enjoy the Super Bowl. Thank you for a great year. We are your hosts, Adam.
Dante.
And Luke.
We will see you soon from all of us. Go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
They're not like us. They're not like us.